You've tried to download the app, but you're an Android user, aren't you? Boy, if you're Android, you better get an iPhone quickly. Look, if you're looking to find out what the hype is about when it comes to Clubhouse, then stay tuned to listen up to see whether you should get the app or not, or in fact, buy an iPhone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael Tabirade. I'm a coach, mentor, and I help self-starters and ambitious professional millennials increase their productivity, enhance their performance, realize their priorities, and live their life on purpose. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, make sure to subscribe, and you can check out all the links in the description below. So let's get to it. Now, I just want to say I'm extremely new to Clubhouse. I joined this week. And you know what, it's been an interesting ride so far. Like, the first person who told me about it was my dear sister. She was like, do you know what, Michael, this is an app for you. You need to check it out. You're a speaker and this is a way to connect and do all these great things that Clubhouse can do. And then I heard my friends talk about it, and then I had an acquaintance on Instagram talk to me about it. So I thought to myself, why not jump on it? But the problem was I had an iPhone, well, not an iPhone, I had an Android. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I picked up an old iPhone that I had before, and I just connected to the app, and lo and behold, I was entered in. I got my invite and I was entered in the app. So to break things down, I'm going to use my phone to help me out, and I'm going to break down exactly what the app is. So essentially, Clubhouse is a voice-based app, and essentially you can have discussions, Q&As, you could even have events that effectively people can listen in on or get involved with. And you can just get some crazy gems. Like, people are just connecting like crazy. People are teaching stuff that maybe you'd get in sort of like a paid sort of area. It's just a fantastic way to just collaborate with individuals, learn, and just have vibes. So that's the first thing. So the second thing I've got here on my list is that you can actually have moderators who basically facilitate sessions. So essentially, if you come into a room, as they're called, you have moderators in those rooms who allow you to do certain functions. So you may want to raise your hand, you may want to speak on stage. Sometimes they can stop people from actually going on stage or raising their hand. So there are different things that you can do as well. That's the second thing. The third thing is that rooms are split into 3 different bits. So you have the stage, which I basically stated before, where people speak. You have those who are following the speakers, and then you have everyone else who is listening. So that's essentially how a room is set up. Is a really, really neat way, especially in the sort of crisis that we're in right now. The next thing is that you can discover new rooms. So essentially, when you join Clubhouse, Clubhouse are going to ask you for your interest, just like with any other social media app. And also the people that you're following, you will see different suggestions that pop up based on those different rooms that they've entered as well. And I'll talk about how they can bring you into those rooms that they're in as well. And I guess the last thing to say is that people can actually ping you in. So let's say, for example, my friend Gabriel, who's joined the app, he's pinged me into a room before, and I've been able to check out what he's viewing, if he thinks that I'm interested in that stuff. So you can ping or alert people to different rooms. And sometimes what moderators will do is that they can schedule events or schedule rooms in order for you to be notified. So really, really neat app, especially for this day and age, and especially with what's going on with the coronavirus as well. So next thing we have is benefits. So what are the benefits of Clubhouse? Well, I guess the first benefit is the fact that if you're not used to doing the whole video thing, or if you don't like doing the articles and everything else, Clubhouse is a fantastic way to do voice generated content. Okay, so it's not content that you would usually see like a podcast, but it's all live. It's all done live. And so if you're looking to really get yourself out there, then I think Clubhouse is a fantastic way to do that. Another great benefit of Clubhouse is the fact that you can connect with so many different types of people. So it's not just for, the influencers and everything else. Like, if you felt like you had a voice within you beforehand, this is the opportunity. This is the time where you can create your own room or collaborate with other people and express yourself. Talk about things that you want to talk about. Create rooms that are interesting. Maybe it's around politics. Maybe it's around the culture. Maybe it's something a bit naughty. Like, it's totally up to you what you want to do. You can create that room, and there are people who would be interested who actually jump on those rooms as well. The next thing that I want to say is that it's an opportunity to learn your facilitating and your moderating skills. So if you're somebody who's been in a speaking sort of industry for a while and you want to get noticed a bit more, maybe you can actually put yourself out there as a moderator, because again, it's an opportunity for you to get noticed. You may not be doing a lot of these sort of like expert speaking or discussions, but moderating is a way to sort of like climb the ranks as well. So you may start out with smaller rooms and you may want to sort of like get bigger and bigger and bigger. as you do more opportunities, as you do more moderating, etc., etc. And I guess it's also a chance to gain new leads. Okay, so again, if you're a business owner, the great thing about Clubhouse is that you can connect your Instagram and your Twitter. So again, you can divert to people. What I've been seeing in a lot of rooms is that people have been saying, before we continue, make sure you follow all the moderators in this room, check out their Instagrams and click the link in their bios in order to find out more information. So that's one way you can do that. Now, will that last in terms of that language? I don't know. There has to be a level of authenticity with Clubhouse. There has to be a level of sincerity with it. However, it's a great tool to connect, collaborate, to lead, to just basically get to know different people as well and see what people are thinking as well, because I've been part of a lot of different like business rooms, and it's so interesting to hear, you know, other people who may have similar problems to me, or who think the same as me, or who have very different challenges and very different ways of thinking as well. So definitely something to explore. Now, before I continue, make sure to check me out on Clubhouse. Make sure to follow me. Let's connect, collaborate, and do what we need to do in order to really utilize this platform to the best of its potential. Now, do you think Clubhouse is the next best thing? If so, leave a comment below. And if not, tell me your reasons why in the comments below. Let's get back to the video. Now, the next section is, should you go all in Clubhouse? Now, of course, Clubhouse started back in April 2020. It's in its beta stages right now. It's only for iPhone users. I'm still Android, by the way, so I'm not going to deny that. But luckily, I got an iPhone. And so, again, it's fresh, it's raw, it's authentic. So there's definitely an opportunity to scale on a platform like Clubhouse. And we've seen this with other social media giants, such as the Instagrams, the Twitters, the Facebooks, etc., etc. So definitely opportunity if you're looking to jump on Clubhouse. Now, what I will say is I wouldn't stop other platforms. I wouldn't say, oh, because Clubhouse is around, I'm going to stop, you know, doing the Instagram, the TikToks and everything else. Continue doing what you're doing, especially if you're an influencer or an expert or someone who's trying to create some sort of value to the marketplace. But what I will say is, definitely jump on Clubhouse. In the first week or two, it may be a thing where you're just listening into other people, you're understanding how it works. You know, you may do a little sort of like collaboration here and there. You're not doing anything too crazy, potentially. You may be different. You may want to go all in straight away. But then obviously, as you understand how this works and you've been exposed to it, then there's a fine opportunity to get involved, start your rooms, collaborate with other people, climb up the ranks, and really make a killing on this platform. When I say make a killing, just make a presence and collaborate and connect with people. So yeah, this is what I would suggest, especially being a newbie on the platform. My opinion may change as the platform changes, as I, get more experienced, but this is what I've seen so far. The next thing I would like to add is to make sure that you have a good, strong profile. Now, it's important to add, say for example, who you help or what you do, where people can find you. Are there any sort of links you want to sort of like direct people to, and highlight what you're willing to do in Clubhouse? Are you willing to moderate? What sort of niche topics are you involved in? Or would you be interested in moderating, as an example? So basically have call to actions that can connect you with other people on the platform, so it's easy for them. The more generic you are, the harder it is for people to really connect with you, unless you're somebody within the online space or in a specific industry where people know you already. Then you can kind of get away with that stuff. But if you're, I don't want to say nobody, because we're all nobodies to an extent. If you're somebody who's trying to get out there, then be a bit more specific about, how you're attracting other sorts of people who you want to attract. So that's a tip from my side. Now, the next section is the cons. And I want to make this abundantly clear. Clubhouse is very addictive. I mean, there is something about listening to other people discuss or debate or give advice or whatever it is that is very addictive. Like, I mean, you could be on the app for hours. Now, thank God I got a bit of self-discipline and control. I haven't been on hours. I'd say I've probably been on maybe an hour at a time, half an hour at a time, X, Y, and Z, because I know there's a tendency to just stay on that platform. But I've got stuff to do. I've got a business to build. I've got things, I've got things to do. So at the end of the day, I can't be staying on that platform 24/7. However, I understand the importance of being engaged in a new platform like this in order to gain opportunities. So what I'm basically saying is carve out some time and don't spend too much time on the platform. Of course, you want to invest in it, but don't spend your whole time. I'm hearing people who are not having sleep because of Clubhouse. It's that good, but you don't want to get to a point where you're just a consumer and you're not a producer. These individuals who are putting in the work, especially as producers, they're getting the most reward. they're the ones getting the followers. They're the ones who are sending people to their lead magnets or to their offers or whatever else. I've heard people making more money because of this platform. So again, just carve out your time and be strategic about what you're doing. The other con I'd like to say is that when you're filling out your profile, there are no hyperlinks in your profile, okay? So you can actually send people to your Twitter or your Instagram, depending on what you use. Maybe if you're more of an Instagram user than a Twitter user, just do your Instagram profile because your Twitter is gonna be useless, I guess. However, you can't do hyperlinks in your profile. So just focus on making sure your Instagram is optimized so that people can find you effectively, or Twitter is optimized so people can find and investigate you a bit more, because people like to snoop, people like to dive deep into your life. So make sure it's up to scratch. So this section is now on predictions. Now I feel like the concept of Clubhouse is gonna go far, and the reason I say concept is I don't know if it's gonna hang around. I'd like to think it is because so many people are crazy about it. I don't even know if the team can handle the crazy usage, based on this app. Now, obviously it's invite only, but loads of people are getting invites. Many people have iPhone. And so it's an interesting time that Clubhouse are in. I won't be surprised if a social media giant like Facebook, as an example, will try to acquire Clubhouse or try to copy some sort of features that Clubhouse actually have. So watch this space, I said it here. Let's check what's on my list now. So I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna push private rooms even more, because there is an opportunity to utilize a platform like this to really develop and build a community. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're a coach, maybe you're in a finance space or high performance space or health space. You may be able to cultivate a huge or big community and talk about topics that really address their pains and help them get to a point where they can actually gain successes. So I feel like they're going to push that even more. That's another thing I would state. I'd also state that they may end up doing some sort of commission-based sort of model. So maybe there's an opportunity to be making money through the platform. I know people are using Cash App and other stuff to make money and send people through that way, but Clubhouse may be in a position to actually create that as a feature where they gain commissions, and I'm sure they would make a killing because the amount of people that are actually joining the platform as well. So that's another thing that I predict in the future. I think this is definitely going to change the way online events or masterminds or gated community is going to be done in the future, because we've never ever had anything like this before. I know Gary Vee has spoken about this for years in terms of like having some sort of voice activated platform. I know there was Anchor for podcasts and there are a few other things that popped up, but this is different. We've never seen anything like this before. So this is a great opportunity. This is a great chance. So I think online events or gated communities or something of that sort is going to change in terms of style. And we're going to see it in 2021, 100%. And if Clubhouse is at the forefront of this, I'm all game, I'm all in, I love it. The next thing I'd say is that I believe that those influencers who are prolific on other platforms already are going to get bigger and bolder and stronger, because again, they understand marketing techniques and tactics. Usually what happens is they go on a platform, at the beginning, they give out a lot of free content, they get that buy-in from individuals, and then once the platform, has that gated sort of like payment or ads or whatever it is, then they start charging. So right now you're seeing that at scale. So obviously, if you're a small YouTuber, if you're a small influencer, if you're a coach, consultant, expert, whatever it is, this is an opportunity, I'm telling you, to really ride that wave and really jump on what other people are doing as well. So there's an opportunity for that. So I feel like those influencers, those stars are going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger using a platform like this. The reverse of that though, I feel like micro influencers are going to grow exponentially as well. So somebody who may be seen as a nobody may become a somebody, especially on a platform like this. What I'd also like to say is that I feel like this app is going to be a disruptor for features such as Facebook and Instagram lives and all these other things where you can actually, do sessions, talk about stuff on a live sort of basis. Whereas you're just using your voice here. There's an authenticity to it. There's a sincerity to it. So it's going to be quite interesting, but on the contrary, it's going to create gaps and places in the market for those Facebook lives and Instagram lives to continue, but for specific types of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see how it continues as we go forward in 2021 and beyond. So those are my predictions for Clubhouse, whether right or wrong. I've said it here anyway, so we'll watch this space. Now you know exactly what Clubhouse is. Android users, make sure you get an iPhone because it's peak at it. Anyway, make sure to check me out on Clubhouse at Michael Tabirade, and hopefully this has been a really informative and useful video for you, so you can go out there on Clubhouse, explore it, learn, connect, collaborate, and do all those fantastic things that this app enables you to do. Anyway, make sure to check out my other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with friends who you think will benefit from this video. Anyway, take care, God bless. Until next time, understand, reach, and expand. Peace.